which is a decomposition pattern. Decomposition pattern. So, what exactly a decomposition? The name itself is indicating divide, decomposing, dividing, right? So, this is not a new thing. Decomposition is not a new thing here. Okay? It's not a new thing. It is there in every architecture. But the process in which will decompose, that differs. Means what I'm trying to convey a message is, okay, for example, we used to divide the application, okay, into IT layers. We used to divide the application into IT layers, like front end layer, controller layer, like here front end layer, that is where we are going to write HTML files, JavaScript file, JSP files. Next, HTML, JavaScript, JS, all these things are front end layer. Next, controller layer, like order controller, payment controller, something like that. What is the functionality of this controller? Bridge between front end
to business layer
and back end. Yeah, maybe business layer is correct, or a back end, anything is. So where our business layer is on back end, maybe yeah, instead of back end we'll have like business layer, right? It's a bridge. Take the data from front end, give to business. Take the data from business, give to front end, right, sir? That is the functionality of a controller layer. Next, where we are going to have business layer, where entire business processing logic, order service, payment service, something like that. Our entire business logic is over here. Next, data access layer. Yes, sir. Which is a wrapper on top of database, which is containing what? Database connection and all database operations, all DB operations. That is a data access layer. Finally, database. Schema and data of the business. So this is our typical architecture, guys. Why we used to divide this like this? What is the purpose of dividing like this? Why can't I write everything in one page? In the HTML page only, I will talk to controller, controller talk to business, business, all those things I can write directly in the HTML file itself. I can write a database statement, right? But we have a disadvantages in that architecture. We have advantages on this architecture, like a loosely coupled front end means front end, controller means controller, business layer means business layer. Mainly advantage is parallel development, right? The person who works on front end He can work on front end only. There is no impact. The person who works on business layer, he works on business layer itself. Okay. And the person who works on database. So we can parallelly develop the application. And also, if there is a change in business layer, no impact on front end. I mean, instead of data, but on the logic side, data change is required. If it is a data change, you need to change everywhere. But typically on a business logic side, if at all, if you want to change in a front end side, no impact on the business layer. So this is a loosely coupled architecture. This is also a decomposition. Correct, right? Yes or no, guys? This is also part of decomposition. But this is especially in a monolithic application. In monolith. Okay. But in case of microservices, same decomposition, but the pattern of decomposition in microservices, pattern of decomposing application will differ. What exactly the here? We are not dividing the application by IT layers. We will not use any IT layer, technology layer. Okay. We will divide the application. By business features. Business feature. That is a decomposing the application by business features. Every business features are services, or I can take anything here. We will divide the application by business features or business services. Okay. How many services my business is having? That many parts I'm going to divide the application. So what is the advantage here? If there is a problem in one service, it will not impact the other. That is the point here, right? What is the purpose of this microservice architecture? Avoid single point of failure. Yes or no, guys? To avoid single point of failure, we are going to use microservices architecture. So the main point here is pattern of decomposing application. We are dividing the application not by IT layers. IT layer means front end, controller, business logic, all those things we are not dividing. We will divide the application by business services. So why we need to do that actually? To avoid single point of failure. Right? Now, what exactly we need to divide? The main point here is, the main interesting point here is, the main crux on this here is, business is providing lot of features. Okay. Every service we need to understand end to end. In monolithic architecture, we should have a person who is strong on IT side. Will you agree with me? To divide monolithic application, we need a strong experience on IT guy. Will you agree that? Yes or no, guys? But in microservice architecture, we are looking a person who is having 70% idea on business, 30% idea on IT. That's it. We are looking a person who is the SME here. Who is SME? Subject matter expert. Who is that? Who has an idea on end-to-end business. end-to-end business. That is 70% of 30% knowledge on IT side, microservices side. Okay, so it is not that much easy, guys. The way we write the statement, it's not the same. It's not that much easy to write. Okay, it's not that much easy to write the divide application based on the services. What is the challenge here? You need to know the business end to end. You need to divide the business you need to know the business end to end. Okay, we need business SME who is having knowledge on microservices designs. Sir, can we get this guy in real time? Can we get this guy, or can we get these guys? Yes. That is why if you go to any job portal, even marketing guys, even sales guys, even BA, business analysts, right, sir? You know, right, guys? We are totally how business analysts, correct, right? Business analysts, sales, and marketing guys should have a minimum knowledge on microservices. This is how requirement came, guys. If you go to any of the job portal who are business analysts or sales guys or marketing guys, they should have an idea on microservice. I mean, they will not code, but what is a microservice, how it works, and what is the benefit? Theoretical knowledge they require here. Okay, 70% idea on the business, 30% idea on the architecture. And we are going to have complete brainstorming session with all stakeholders, all the stakeholders like customers, developers, BAs, marketing, QA, and leadership. So typically we are going to have a brainstorming session with all the stakeholders. We will see the possibilities, how best we can divide that application, and will come with a different ideas. So the decomposition pattern is all the stakeholders, all the active persons will participate in a brainstorming session, and they will start this particular task. Okay, assuming that now I'll go to the real-time example. Okay, sir, couple of two examples or three examples I will take a glance to that, and you will get an idea here. Okay, sir, as of now, any questions from anyone, guys, before I go to the IT part, before I go to the implementation part? As of now, any questions? Is everyone is clear? So my point here, guys, I no need to ask you, do you have any questions? At any point of time, you can interrupt me. Hey, Mr. Vijay, I am having a clarity. I am looking for a clarity here. You can ask me at any point of time. Okay. So that is a point I want to update you guys. Yes. Clear so far? Now I will take a typical example of a banking application, guys. Okay. I'm taking an example of banking application. So previously in monolithic architecture, sir, we used to define a technology first. in which technology I want to define. Correct, right? Sir, the technology definition will be at the starting stage itself. You remember in monolithic architecture, the choice of technology we are going to use depends on the choice of technology we are going to use depends on the initial architecture itself. But here we will not decide the technology because microservices are technology independent, right? You can choose any of the technology for any microservice. So the initial choice or the initial work is how best we can divide our application into business services. How best we can divide that application into business services. But the important point here is every business service should be unique and autonomous. What do you mean by unique and autonomous? What do you mean by unique and autonomous, guys? Any idea? Every business service should be unique and autonomous means I have a service. That service should be available only in that feature. I cannot get the same feature with another service. A unique service. Understand, right, guys? And it's independent, no relation to anyone. It should be independent and it should be unique. So this is the classification we are going to have here. Okay. Now, so this is the typical introduction part of, decomposition portion here. In the decomposition, we are going to have three patterns, guys. Business capability, domain, strangler, and also by transaction also. Business by transaction also. Business by transaction. That is subdomain, we can call that as. Business by subdomain also we can call that. Okay. So the first pattern is business by capability. Business capability. Now in a banking application, what services banking provides, sir? I'll take example of 2-3, then you will get idea, guys. Okay. What are the services, guys? Banking application. What are the services it provides? Come on, guys. Savings account, right? We will list down all the features. We are going to list down all the features. What banking is provide services, we will list down. Savings account, current account, joint account, FD account. Next one is home loan, personal loan, mortgage loan, gold loan, vehicle loan, demat account, next one is credit card, debit card, international card, withdraw service, withdraw, deposit. So any other things I am missing here? Statement, interest calculation, right? Maturity of FD, like that. Sir, how many services bank is having? We need to list down these all services. Okay, understand that, guys? This is a banking application whenever you concern. If you have any other things also, you can write over here. Maybe you will come with 100 to 200 maximum. Will you agree with me, guys? 100 to 200, you will get it maximum. Right? Now, do I need to take everything as a microservice? What is a microservice, guys? What is a microservice? Any idea what is a microservice? In a Spring Boot, any Spring Boot application with @ of Spring Boot application annotation. Any Spring Boot application with @ of Spring Boot application.
Not only Spring Boot, right, sir? Any independent component from any technology also, it can become as a microservice.
That's what I told, sir. In Spring Boot, I'm talking. I'm only talking in Spring Boot. Okay? Just I'm talking if it is in Spring Boot. If it is in Spring Boot, a application with @ of Spring Boot application annotation. The purpose of teaching this is, okay, if I create a Spring Boot project, every Spring Boot project is a microservice. Every Spring Boot project is a microservice. I cannot have one microservice with two Spring Boot applications. That's the point here I want to stress. I cannot have a microservice can be part of two @ of Spring Boot applications. It cannot be part of two application that is in Spring Boot and Java. Okay, I'm talking about Spring Boot in Java as well as in Web API, in .NET Web API. Okay, as well as in PHP. Any application you take, okay, an independent service, it should be independent. So in Spring Boot, I can say that a Spring Boot project with @ of Spring Boot application, that is called as a microservice. Now comes to the point, guys, here. Okay, now we are going to talk here. Do I need to create a service? Savings account 1 microservice, current account 1 microservice, joint account 1 microservice, FD account 1 microservice. If I go on like this, is that what the expectation? What is the main point here? Every business service should be unique and autonomous. It should be unique and it should be independent. So what I mean to say that here, I will take a point here. Okay, I am going to write a banking sector. Banking application. Okay, what I can write here, guys, in banking sector, first thing is, what I can write here, do I need to have savings account as 1 microservice, current account as 1 microservice, joint account of 1 microservice? How you can think, what is the main point, what is the main guideline? Do I need to have savings account as 1 microservice, fixed deposit as 1 microservice, or there are two options here, okay, where we can think of business capability as one of the factor. So what I can say here, business capability is, I can divide, okay, what I can divide business capability, like one section I am going to have, okay, one section I am going to have accounts section. I am going to have accounts section. In that account section, okay, I can take it all: savings, current, fixed, joint, demat. Okay, sir, why I need to do like this? What is the purpose here? Is I am categorizing. I am not telling that account is a microservice. I am categorizing. Why I need to categorize? The main principle is every business service should be unique. Okay, sir, when I have 100 services, okay, I cannot expect all 100 are different. Definitely there should be some relation to one service to other service. How can I get the list first? Actually, we are going to categorize into similar types of sections. We are going to categorize these into similar kind of sections. Okay, and we will brainstorm further. So this is a first division. That is, first division is we are dividing, we are categorizing based on the business capability. Understand? Accounts is one of the capability. Understand? And second capability is what, sir? Loan. Am I right? Second capability is the loans. Okay, here what are the things will come here in the loan capability? Personal loan, home loan, mortgage loan, gold loan, vehicle loan. Something like all loans related. What are the loans are there? Do you see this is a different category, guys? Do you see this is a different category, guys?
Yeah.
Accounts is one category, loans is another category. Now you need to come up with one more category, guys. Just think about it.
Cards.
I told to, sorry?
Cards.
Perfect. Correct. One, I'll take one more capability is cards, where I can take credit card, debit card, forex, and if any cards are, I'm not sure, international or whatever it may be. Okay, so this is one service, I mean one category. Any other? Come on, think about it, guys.
Like
Cash box, teller, lockers.
Exactly. Locker. Now is a locker is a I mean, can I club in accounts or a loans anywhere? Locker?
we can
No,
club
it will
in
be
loan.
separate.
Loan.
So by default, for locker also, we should have an account, right?
Yeah.
We should have an account. Based on the account, we are going to have, okay? So in that, I can add like this. We need to add some more things over here. We need to add some more thing here. Like that, we go on here, right? Locker account. But that locker account is associated with, maybe I can categorize into a miscellaneous capabilities. I can add some general category. Okay, and this miscellaneous, I will, after some time, I'll come to know this. Okay, what I can do here, this is a miscellaneous others. Common capabilities are I cannot categorize. Okay, where I can have locker service. That locker account is typically locker service, and Any other things here? Main things we are missing. Yeah, any other things?
So we have like personal checking and business checking, personal accounts, business accounts.
I wrote,
Check
right? What's-
service.
Okay.
We wrote, right? Savings account, current account, all those things. Yeah. Any
Receive
other?
We have to write for check.
deposit, withdraw.
One by one, sir. We'll take one by one, sir. Yeah. What is that actually?
Check.
Like
Check.
deposit.
Very good thing. Checks. Correct, right?
Yeah.
We'll issue a check. Okay. That is what I am coming to there. We are missing one main capability. Withdraw service and deposit service. Right?
Yeah.
Check is a withdraw, right? So that's why I need to write withdraw service. Right, sir? And deposit service. Under that only, in under withdraw, through check and everything, right? So maybe I can write checks. Checkbook service. Right, sir? Correct, right? Checkbook service and everything. Any other things, guys? Come on. I mean, just like I'm noting down so that you will come to know any other things. As of now, any other things we are missing in a banking sector is concerned?
ATM pin generation for account creation.
Right. Now I need to have one more thing, separate thing, that is ATM is a separate capability, right, sir?
Yeah.
ATM is a separate capability, right? Like ATM capability, where I can write a separate box here. Okay, that is ATM service. It's a separate thing altogether. Why it's a separate thing? It is not related to any of these things here, right? What is that ATM
Internet
service is?
banking.
Yeah, internet banking will, okay. So ATM service, what it is going to have here in ATM services? What are the services I will provide by ATM? PIN registration. Registration, smart statement, deposit and withdraw. That's it, right? That are the ATM services. Now coming back to internet banking. But it is a part of these accounts only, right? Internet banking is a part of these accounts only. Whenever I say account create, that's a part of internet banking only, right? So I no need to have a separate internet banking. Will you agree with me? Definitely, sir. If I have any one of the account, then only I'll get internet banking, right? So I am not expecting any separate internet banking service. Will you agree with me? Sir, how I am dividing, you need to see. Locker service, withdraw service, deposit service, checkbook services are others. I was not able to categorize. I was not able to put into a separate section. But accounts is a separate section. Loans is a separate section. Cards is a separate section. ATM is a separate section. So dividing this by business capability. Will you agree with me? The first feature of the decomposition pattern is dividing the, okay, sir, if possible, who is that speaking dialer? Okay, so you can ask, guys, rather than seeing, you can ask easily, okay, because speaking versus writing, it's a better context is speaking only, okay. How to do relationship microservice? Example, we have a customer service and card service. How to do a entity relationship? First of all, forget about entity relationship. We are coming only with what? Dividing the application. We are not going to entity side. Okay, we are not going to entity at all. What is the first thing here? We are brainstorming the services. What are my business capabilities? It's not mean that everything is an entity. We'll coming back to the relationship entity. What is the first thing I am talking about here? The first thing is decomposition pattern under business capability. This is a point here. Understand? Decomposition pattern on the business capability. Now what I did here, I listed all the maximum banking services, business features. Okay, and I was able to categorize into sections. Same related service into one section, same related service into other section, same related services into other section. We are going to categorize these into a common section. Now we'll slowly come back to you on entity point of view. I didn't explain that everything is a microservice. Now we'll come to that. Okay, so dividing this application into different capabilities we listed. Sir, is every capability is a microservice? Can I say every capability is a microservice? No. We cannot say that every capability is a microservice. We cannot say that every capability is a microservice. So the outcome by applying business capability and domain and strangler. Okay, in a decomposition pattern, the outcome after applying all these three principles, the output, can I say, I can call that as a microservice. I can call, but not 100% sure. Okay, but applying all those principles only, I can come to a microservice. If I come to a microservice, then entity is my area. Entity is not a business analyst area, software developers area. Entity. Okay, so your question is at a little bit advanced question. First of all, we are dividing this application into different capabilities. Okay, clear as of now? Any questions or any other things we are missing over here on the banking sector?
You have like wire transfers, right? Wire transfer, those type of things.
Yeah, exactly correct.
Exactly. Perfect. Perfect. I missed the transfer service. Correct, right?
Yeah.
Transfer service is also one more service. Yes or no, guys?
Yeah, on a transfer, IMP, NEFT, those
That
things
is
are there.
different sub capabilities.
Yeah.
It's a part of transfer only. Okay, transfer, I mean transfer in the sense fund transfer. Fund transfer is another service. Okay, so why load this as a different here? Just like these are other sections, I cannot take fund transfer as a one thing here. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, in fund transfer, it is having lot of capabilities, right? I am having lot of capabilities, so I cannot take over here a separate section. Separate section I can think, because it has a lot of sections, right? Okay, so I'm going to have fund transfer. I'm going to have fund transfer because it has a lot of capabilities are there. What are the capabilities? I mean, what are the individual things here? Same bank, different bank, NEFT, RTGS, IMPS, right? same bank, different bank, different bank through NEFT, RTGS, IMPS. Different, right? Sorry, NEFT is different, RTGS is different, IMPS is different. Right? There is a fund transfer. It's a separate thing over here. Right? So any other capability, guys, you think of? The purpose of this is how in real time it is going to happen.
So
Okay.
we have the profile section, right, where they can update their profile, address, phone number. I don't know that comes under any of this or not.
By default, sir, savings account.
Right.
Creating a savings account means it's a profile only, sir, internally.
Right.
So, not only savings account, any account does have a profile. Even if you take home loan also, it has a profile. So it will be linked to existing capability only. I no need to create any new capability. Will you agree with me? Yeah.
Yes.
Any other things, guys? Now these things will comes up, guys. These things will comes up. That's why you need to have a 70% knowledge on the business side. The person who is having a business, he'll tell all these things, guys, right? Now I came with the list. We are not experts on banking business, right, guys? Are we experts on the banking business? No, just we observe the business. These points came up with our observation only. Will you agree to me? That's why what the micros, what is the decomposition pattern is expecting? Decomposition pattern is expecting the business analyst who is having end-to-end idea on the business. 70% on the business SME. 30% is a technical SME. That is how the skill set of business guy, marketing guy, customers or sales guys. They should have a knowledge on microservices. At the same time, they should have end-to-end knowledge on the business. Sir, is it really we need to learn? Yes, this is how we need to learn on the decomposition point of view. It's a very, very critical task. How best you divide your application? That much scalable, that much highly available, that much minimum maintenance will be there. Okay. Do you see any other capabilities, guys? Do you see any other capabilities as per our knowledge? Nothing, right? Right. Maybe that's it as per our knowledge. Now, the outcome. What is the outcome of this? What is the outcome of dividing that application into different business capabilities? What is the outcome here? I came to know that accounts is one capability, loans is another capability, cards is another capability, others is another capability, ATM is another capability, fund transfer is another capability. Okay. Now we got
to be compliant with the government, they need to provide the status every night, right? They have some web service calls every night. They will say this much is the reserve, this much is the transfer, something like that. Do we need any capability like that?
I don't know, sir. Is that what you're looking here? Do I need to give to RBI this much money I have?
Right. They have to be accountable every now and then. Otherwise, the banks will be under surveillance all the time.
Maybe what exactly the liquidity of the cash and all those things you are talking about?
Right. Yeah. How much is liquidity? How much is the loans? What is the balance? If it is more than that or less than that, they will monitor those things. Otherwise, they will consider bank as bankrupt. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you need to think one more service. What I can say, RBI service, not RBI service. maybe I can say what word we can use here
Yeah, like
on a
government
bank,
service.
something like, I mean, I'm not getting a word here like government service. Okay, just I'll write a government service like this. Yeah, it is also one more service if it is required. So that's why I categorized into others. Okay, so one point here, interview question, guys. Sir, after decomposing the business into different capabilities, can I consider each capability as microservice? No, that's the point you need to think of. Okay, decomposing the business into capability is the first exercise. With that, you may not perfectly get the things here. You may not get perfectly things over here. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Now, just like the outcome, what is the outcome here after decomposing the application into business capabilities? Just like it will give you a clear picture. What are the main categories? What are the subcategories? What are the general options? So that you will get a business picture at a glance. Okay. Am I right? Right. Now the next point is, can I divide these things into a subdomain? Can I link any common similar services are there here? Still any common services are available here in this list. In this list, can I have any things, any common features wise? Can I have anything? Okay. So the first thing is what? Account creation. Under that, savings account, current account, fixed deposit, locker account, joint account, demat account. Under account section, what are the operations, guys? Under account section, what are the operations? Creation, okay, transaction, modification, deletion. These are the common operations under accounts. And also loans. For loans and accounts, these are the common operations. Correct, right? Now we need to come up with a point here. In this particular area, we need to come up to a point here. We need to divide, or we need to come to a conclusion. First point is, can I create savings account microservice, create savings account as one microservice, current account create as another microservice, locker creation as a one more microservice? How to come up? Now we are dividing by subdomain. This is a domain, is a first capability is accounts. Loans is another capability. Cards is another capability. ATM is another capability. Right? Now we need to subdivide by domain. Okay. Now the ask is, account creation is one service for me. Okay, sir. Account creation is a one service for me. Now I'm going to write over here. Decomposing the application by domain, subdomain. decomposing the application by the subdomain. Now what we need to think here, when we are dividing the application by subdomain, we need to think, we need to analyze the uniqueness by software, hardware, implementation, revenue. These are the factors you need to think. When we are analyzing on a subdomain point of view, we need to think of software, hardware, implementation, and revenue. Sir, what is this, sir? These are the important points for determining the uniqueness. What is the uniqueness here? What is the meaning of a uniqueness? Okay, where every unique service after doing, okay sir, after applying these principles, okay, outcome, service outcome, or output of each service we can refer as a microservice. We can refer as a microservice. So what is the meaning here? When we are decomposing the application, first one is capability wise we decomposed. After that, we need to determine the unique capability in terms of software, in terms of hardware, in terms of implementation, in terms of revenue. Okay, after applying these principles, we will get some output, right? For each and every service, we'll get some output, right? Yes or no? That output, we can refer that as a separate microservice. First one is we decompose by capability. After that is we decompose by subdomain. Output of business capability and subdomain, which results a microservice. Okay, sir, what is the meaning of software? What is the meaning of hardware? What's the meaning of implementation? What exactly we refer revenue? That I am going to discuss now with this example. Okay, lot of people not aware this actually. When we are coming to a service, to a microservice, okay, the design point behind this division, is software, hardware, implementation, revenue. These are the top points, but some other points will be there, but those list will come with the business SMEs. Sir Devendra, I'm talking, just give me some time. I'm going to talk actually. Okay, I'm going to take example. That's what I told. I'm going to take example. Okay, by default, we need to analyze, we need to apply software principle. What is the software I'm going to talk here? Okay, just I want to mention software, hardware, implementation, revenue. I can say that these are the major top features, but some business extra features will come. We need to apply them. Okay, after applying them, the outcome, the output you are going to get is a typically a microservice. You are going to get typically a microservice. So that's the point over we are getting here. Okay, so I will go through that whatever I'm talking in tomorrow's class, guys, on a what exactly this uniqueness and all those things. We'll see that we'll see a real time this one overview, and we'll start with the Strangler. Okay, so this is a high level point where you want to focus on a business capability side. Maybe, okay, can I give an exercise for you guys? Can I give an exercise for you? Assignment. Okay, what is the difference between domain and subdomain? There's a question. Sir, domain is the first category. Accounts domain, loans domain, cards domain, every capability is a domain. That's what I can say. Subdomain is subcategory. Within accounts, savings account, current account, like subdomain. That's it. Okay. Dividing the application into top category, under each top category, subcategory. That is I refer as. Okay. Sir, can we take an assignment, guys? Can you come up with a list for a e-commerce application? Take an e-commerce application. Okay. Come up with this list like business capability. Amazon or Flipkart. Okay. Just come up this application and upload your point in the portal. Upload your this diagram into the portal. What we'll do here, we will apply, we'll see this and we'll apply second time perspective, you will get it. The more and more products you involve, the more and more products you divide, the more and more knowledge you will get it. Okay, this comes with experience, guys. Okay, we need to come. Mr. GP, okay, is it possible to speak rather than chat? It's a suggestion here. Yes, we need to communicate. When the communication will comes here, the outcome of subdomain after dividing domain and subdomain, whatever the outcome, then on top of that communication will come, schemas will come, implementation will come. First, we are at a beginning of dividing that application into minute things. That is the point where we are. Okay, sir,
Right.
can you come up with tomorrow on e-commerce? Will you try, guys? There is a placeholder in your portal. Okay, and you can upload just like a diagram. I am only referring to, please decompose the application by capability. Decompose the application by capability on an e-commerce framework. Customer service, order service, shipment service, discount service, catalog service, like that. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Any other questions before I wrap for today? Anything?
Yes, sir. Can you upload note in the portal or WhatsApp group?
Today, yeah. I mean, just like till the people, some people are not joined, sir. Still, some of the people are not joined here. Okay. Mostly by today, after getting a confirmation from Ashok IT, I'll upload that. Till now, whatever the things I upload, I'll upload there. Okay. Yep.
Sir,
Any other
today is my
points?
Today is my first class, sir. This is second class or third class, sir? This one today?
This is 8th class, sir. Is it 8th?
Oh, 8th. Okay. I have to cover up 7.
I think,
Backup
yeah.
video-
Yep,
So backup
it's
video
today's.
should be there in the portal, right, sir? I can
Yes,
watch
yes.
the.
You can, yeah. You in the portal, you can have all the
Sure.
previous sessions. Okay,
Okay.
Mr.
Okay.
I mean, please go through that. You need to have 8 hours of time. I'm
Right,
not sure
right.
whether do you have a time that. Okay, maybe you
Yeah,
can, but this is a mandatory. But at
Right.
least today is the starting point. You touched it. Okay, but upcoming things are okay. Right. I
Okay, sir.
generally used to ask the question actually. Somehow today only I forgot. Anyone joined for today? I thought the batch is freezed and that's why I didn't ask actually. Okay, fine guys. Thanks everyone today. We'll meet tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you all.
Same time, right, sir? Every day, same time, same link.
Same link, same time, everything. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you.
Okay.